look at social media as initially being very dopaminergic, driving reward, surprise, and excitement, but very quickly transitioning to something more like OCD. And the kinds of behaviors where it looks, if we were to look at ourselves through the lens of an experiment, like we would an animal experiment, we'd think that animal is sick. If you saw an animal digging in the corner, looking for a bone, the dog is looking, you'd think that's really sad. That's us.
Internet addiction is a growing concern in today's society. With the constant access to the internet at our fingertips, it's easy to fall into a trap of excess use, leading to negative consequences on our mental and physical well-being. In this video, we'll take a closer look at internet addiction, its causes, and the effects it can have on our lives. Internet addiction essentially refers to excess and compulsive use of the internet, leading to negative consequences on an individual's daily life. This can include neglecting responsibilities, social isolation, and even physical health problems. If you find it difficult to put your phone down in any situation, you have an internet addiction. One of the main causes of internet addiction is the constant access to the internet. With smartphones, laptops, and other devices, it's easy to stay connected 24/7. Additionally, the internet provides endless entertainment options, from social media to online gaming, making it easy to lose track of time. The problem is the culture of the internet. It never really highlights knowledge and well-being. It only ever highlights degeneracy for the amusement of those who watch it. That isn't to say it's the internet's fault itself. Rather, that is what only gets clicks.
What's y'all's greatest life accomplishment?
Life accomplishment?
My greatest accomplishment would be...
What's your greatest life accomplishment?
My greatest life accomplishment is making money and having the car.
The main defect of internet addiction is the feeling of instant gratification. The internet provides instant access to information, communication, and entertainment, making it easy to become addicted to the rush of instant satisfaction. With this, it can feel impossible to focus on other things that don't make you feel good. The rush you get from watching Netflix and scrolling through TikTok makes focusing on reading and working out feel impossible due to boredom.
That's funny. Okay, let me put my phone away. I've been on this forever. Since the morning. Let me go do something productive. Okay. How about Instagram?
One of the most significant effects of internet addiction is the impact on mental health. Excessive use of internet can lead to depression, anxiety, and other mental health problems. Additionally, internet addiction can lead to social isolation, as individuals may spend more time online than interacting with others in real life. Everything from shopping, socializing, and even sex can all be done on the small bed spring in your room, further isolating you from the real world, while the dopamine hits to your brain make you feel you're actually living it in real life.
I think it's shocking that society expects teenagers to not turn out depressed. Throw them into school at 7 or even 8 in the morning, after of course overloading them with obscene amounts of homework so that they sleep at 1 or 2 a.m., expect them to have the motivation to get out of bed knowing that they have to walk straight into stale classrooms to take 3 tests they didn't have enough time to prepare for, yet decide their entire grade, and to top it all off, create a social norm in which if you don't do anything, you feel as if you're ruining the possibility of future success in the form of prestigious colleges, high-paying jobs, and fat mansions.
In my opinion, this comment couldn't have said it better. Honestly, it's not as bad as she makes it out to be. Most of us are just undisciplined and procrastinate on every assignment. What's really making us depressed is technology and overuse of our phones. You don't actually have so much homework that you have to stay up until 1 p.m. The real reason you are tired is because you've spent the whole night watching TikTok videos. The real reason you are depressed is because you are primarily experiencing the world through a digital device instead of through your own f***ing eyes. You are living this modern lifestyle where you are so stuck in your own comfort bubble, your own little safe space, that you probably start to panic if someone gives you a f***ing phone call, because then you have to actually talk to another person instead of being able to communicate to him or her through the safety of texting. The real reason you are depressed is because you grew up in all this political correctness and all this overprotection that taught you to always blame other things and other people instead of taking responsibility for your own life.
Internet addiction has a negative impact on physical health as well. Sitting in front of a screen for prolonged periods can lead to eye strain, back pain, and even obesity. Additionally, lack of sleep and physical activity can also have negative effects on overall physical health. The sedentary lifestyle will completely destroy any motivation you do have and will eventually suspend you into lethargic behavior. Internet addiction also has an impact on academic and professional performance. Excess use of internet can lead to procrastination, neglecting responsibilities, and poor time management, which can negatively affect academic or professional performance.
Hi, I'm Bloody J. I'm an addict. Mighty real weed. Yes, I got you epic.
One of the most concerning effects of internet addiction is the potential for online addiction. This includes excess use of social media, online gaming, and other internet-related activities that can lead to addiction and negative consequences. Internet addiction can potentially lead to exposing oneself to dangerous or harmful content on the internet. This can include exposure to cyberbullying, harassment, or inappropriate content, which can have a negative impact on mental and emotional well-being.
Lived in an analog world, a time before the internet and social media. These were the last few decades in which we controlled technology more than technology controlled us. During his life, the movie rental experience happened in the physical world, and there wasn't an algorithm pushing him towards things he was predisposed to enjoy. The most common way to pick a movie was to randomly walk around the store until you found something that looked interesting. It was a similar process at the record store. If you brought $20 to a music shop, you could only purchase one CD. So back then, the albums you listened to and the movies you watched were heavily linked to your identity. Today, since everything is on demand and essentially free for download, culture and art have become more global and homogeneous. We have access to endless reference points, which has made us less unique, less imaginative. In contrast, Kurt's artistic influences were extremely limited. He was exposed to music from 3 primary sources: what he heard on the radio, what he saw on MTV, and the records he bought.
It is important to note that not everyone who uses the internet excessively is addicted. However, it is important to be aware of one's internet usage habits and to take steps to limit excessive use if it causes negative consequences in one's life. There are several ways to address internet addiction, including setting boundaries on internet usage, seeking professional help, and finding alternative activities to engage in. It's also important to educate oneself on the potential dangers of the internet and how to stay safe while online. Internet addiction is a growing concern in our society, and it's important to be aware of the potential negative effects it can have on our lives. By understanding the causes and effects of internet addiction, we can take steps to address it and maintain a healthy balance of internet usage in our lives. In order to avoid these detrimental side effects to constant internet use, it is important to understand your boundaries when it comes to screen time. A well-rounded lifestyle that involves exercise for at least 1 hour a day, nutrient-dense foods, and proper mental meditation can lead to a better way of living with heavy amounts of internet usage.